Hi there, it's Sam from pootles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. This is a 3-2-1 box because it's 3 inches by 2 inches by 1 inch, which in metric, better give you the measurements of that. That is 7.5 by 5 by 2.5. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue quite so well, but it's the 3-2-1 box and it opens like this. So I first made this quite a few years ago. I think in the first year that I joined as a demonstrator for a friend of mine who made soaps in this particular size. So I said I would make her a box. But it's a really lovely box. Great size for all sorts of stuff. And you can get 2 from a sheet of cardstock. We always love that. And this beautiful paper here is the Tasty Treats paper. Now this one is, can you see the shine? There's 2 sheets of this paper in the pack that are speciality, and they have got this glossy coating. So this is glossy coating on the cherries and the strawberries, and I'm going to use the other one which is on the ice creams. Can you see that? It's just on the ice creams themselves, the ice creams and the sticks, so it's not the background bit, it's just those. I love it. So this is one with chocolate chip, and I'm going to make one in crumb cake because chocolate chip's not the easiest to see with the score lines on camera. So your piece of cardstock that you need is 4 by 9 inches, excuse me, which is 22.5 by 10 centimetres. On the long side, score it at 1, 4, 5 and 8 inches, which in metric is 2.5, 10, 12.5 and 20. And then turn it round and score it at 1 and 3 inches, which is 2.5 and 7.5 centimetres. Right, so I'm going to do the burnishing first before I start sticking down paper. But the bits of paper you need are kind of the scraps. You know, it's tiny, tiny little pieces of paper that are going to decorate up this box and make it look so pretty. And while I've got strawberries on here, and I hand stamped all those little strawberries myself. Love the stamp set that we're going to be using. It is just small pieces of paper. Okay, so I've burnished all my score lines, as you can see there. So I've got 6 squares. I've got 3 at the top and 3 at the bottom. What we're going to do is wedge onto one side, cut straight down the rectangle so you can see that little knobbly bit. That's the score line. I'm going to cut that bit away. So you're left with that. So you've got this little wedge shape. Do the same on all 6 of the squares. And this will give you this beautiful professional finished close. You're not going to have bits of cardstock sticking up or anything like that. And keep going around. My floor gets covered in these little bits when I'm on a crafting day. I have a robot hoover though because I have laminate flooring. Or I do at the point of time that I'm filming this. I'm filming this and we've just been told we've exchanged contracts today, so by the time you're watching it I'll have moved. I can't remember what carpet I've got. It's the one, it's like being the Doctor Who, isn't it? But yeah, I've got these all over my current laminate flooring. Anyway, right, so these parts are exactly the same, so just it doesn't matter which is the top and the bottom at this stage. It will make a difference when you're sticking it all down, but at this stage it's not a worry. So the pieces of cardstock you need one that's 2 3/4 by 1 3/4. That's that one. You need kind of the top bit of it, which is exactly what I've got there, which is 1 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch, and then some side panels. And they measure 3/4 of an inch by 2 3/4. So in metric, this one is 7 by 4.5, this one is 2 by 4.5, this one is 7 by 2, and that one's 7 by 2. Easy peasy. Right, let's get these on. Snail onto the back of all of them. And make sure your ice creams are the right way up. Obviously it doesn't make a difference if you're using a non-patterned, you know, a patterned paper where it doesn't matter which way up you're going. Where have I missed one for? It's for there. But should I have put it there? Maybe I needed an extra there. Oh well, we'll not worry. Right, so this is now determined that this is the top of my box. you're still going to glue up all 6 of your tabs. I'm using my fast fuse. So get adhesive on all of those. I would say that this is not a wet glue project, or rather don't put your wet glue on all of these parts. So the first thing to do is get the top sealed up. So just wrap those bits round. So that's the top of my box. These parts, they need to now glue down to this bottom one. And that's going to create the bottom of the box. Put that final one in. And that is my 321 box. So now I'm just going to decorate it. So what I've got, what I had, was a scrap of Whisper White that appears to have gone missing. So I'm just going to reach and grab some more. Oh, that is the one I used before. Look, there's my strawberries. So this is the Cool Treat stamp set. So you've got this, and there are framelits that go with it. Although I've kind of not used the framelits yet. So I'm going to go with the stamping and the punching. And I want to stamp my Cool, because the ice creams are cool. And I'm going to stamp in Watermelon Wonder. About there. That's a bit cool, isn't it? And when I stamped the strawberries, I took that image there, and then the strawberry pips are there. Now I don't want to put strawberries on this, I want to put ice lollies and ice creams and stuff, but they're going to be, if I did it straight on top, it's going to be too dark and it would cover over the word. So what I'm going to do is stamp off a lolly. There we go. That's the lolly part in Peekaboo Peach. And by stamping off, what you do is you've inked up your stamp, stamp it down once, well that's quite dark, stamp it down again and it's paler. So that's what I want to do over here. So I have one there and one there, I think. Missed the middle bit out, but I'll not worry too much because I'm going to cover that up. And it's 2-step stamping. So I put this one back, and over here, these 2 stick ones, well, they could be the lolly part, the stick part of your lollipop, your ice lolly. But actually I'm using them in the centre. So if anybody remembers a good orange Mivy, that's what I'm replicating there. So I'm just getting this slightly faded look, but it's thicker. Ah, cool, huh? Huh, I said cool and it does say cool. And I'm going to go for some sprinkles. Well, I want these sprinkles, I think. Just around, and I'm going to go with Crumb Cake, which is this one here. Tiny little A block. Can't find my A block. Where's it gone? I think it's slipped. I'm just going to grab this block instead. And just come and scatter around in the bits around. And then hopefully when I punch that out with my 1 3/4 inch circle punch, there would be the doorbell, that will be fine. So after my unexpected interruption, I'm back. My sons, my 2 older sons, Jack and Luke, also came home as the doorbell went. That was UPS, we love a delivery. And they've told me I can splice these videos together, so I'm hoping the end of one where the doorbell went and this have spliced together okay. So I'm just going to finish it off, and I don't remember if I did this bit beforehand. So all I have punched, I've punched with a 1 3/4 inch circle my my stamped bits out. So I've punched that out, and I'm just going to finish it off with some ribbon now. So this is the Sending Love ribbon. So you get 2 in a pack. You get some of this and some in real red. So this is a nice thin one. I used Succulent Garden on the first one. And tie it in a pretty bow. There we go. Oh, look at that bow, was good. So there we go, my 321 box. Hope you like them. I really, really do hope this is spliced together perfectly. They assure me they have done it. And you know what? When you've got an 11-year-old and a 13-year-old in the house, trust them with your technology. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me, and I hope to speak to you soon.